is a common fruit that forms a decent percentage of the staple meals in most homes in Nigeria and Africa at large. On today's program, we're going to be talking about the causes and prevention of tomato wastage in Benue State. Welcome to BSU TV. I am Blessing AJ. Stay tuned.
Nigeria is the 16th largest producer of tomatoes. Despite this, we still import tons of tomato paste to meet our tomato consumption needs. The national demand for tomato is about 2 to 3 million tons every year, but Nigeria loses about 65% of its tomato production to wastage and spoilage on the farm during transportation, at the market and stores, and even in the household. A visit to the Wurukum market in Makurdi, the Benue State capital, would convince anyone that the volume of food wastage in Nigeria is at high rate. Factors that promote tomatoes wastage. According to documents obtained by Leadership Weekend from the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, Nigeria ranks 16th on the global tomato production scale, accounts for 10.79% of Africans and 1.2% of total world production of tomatoes. However, an alarming 45% of tomatoes harvested in the country is lost due to poor food supply chain (FSC) management, price instability resulting from seasonal fluctuation in production and the supply preference of farmers and middlemen for urban markets than processors due to low farm gate prices. This loss, according to the Horticulture Transformation Tomato Value Chain Implementation Action Plan 2012 to 2015 of the federal government, comes to about 750,000 tons per year, amounting to millions of naira. This is despite the fact that the country has not been able to meet domestic demand for tomatoes. Between 2009 and 2010, Nigeria imported a total of 105 metric tons tomato paste valued at over 16 billion to bridge the deficit gap between supply and demand in the country. Inadequate raw materials, high cost of processing, packaging and storage machinery and equipment, poor marketing structure, lack of distribution facilities, lack of control mechanism, poor packing of tomato products, corrupt practices by officials at air and sea ports. How to prevent tomato wastage? By turning fresh tomatoes to dry ones. By turning fresh tomatoes to dried tomatoes. Farmers and tomatoes aggregators can prevent loss of millions of naira yearly by processing ripe tomatoes into dried forms. Inability to sell tomatoes as quickly as possible leads to rottenness or selling at low prices, resulting in huge wastage. As a way out of the usual mess, the Nigeria Stored Product Research Institute (NSPII) also advised that farmers, their cooperatives, or entrepreneurs could prevent the wastage, make tomatoes available year-round in dried forms, create processing and marketing jobs, and increase the profitability of primary producers by preserving tomatoes during drying. Tomatoes to process should be ripe, red, firm, and fresh, NSPIA recommends, and they should be washed, drained, and sliced into small pieces of about 0.5 centimeter thick. Salting and grading. Salting is the removal of rotten, damaged, or diseased tomatoes from the healthy ones, and grading is a process of separating tomatoes on the basis of color, size, or degree of ripening. During grading of tomatoes, damaged, cracked, and rotten fruits are removed. It is very important to sort your tomatoes because damaged tomatoes fruits produce substantial amount of ethylene which can affect adjacent fruits. Appropriate packaging. One of the major causes of damage to tomatoes in Nigeria is inappropriate packaging and bad roads. In order to prevent such damages, sharp-edged containers, baskets, crates, and bowls should be avoided. Containers with depth should be replaced with shallow ones to reduce damages from compression during transportation. Also, tomatoes should be immobilized by proper packaging and stapling to avoid excessive movement and vibrations. Plastic crates with air space should be used for packaging of tomatoes to local markets. Crates can be stacked conveniently on each other without the compression of the fruits, and the air space allows air circulation. The use of polystyrene boxes is another cheap and effective way of transporting tomatoes.
So wait on, man. Yes, please, I want to ask you a small question. What do you feel be the cause of tomato wastage for Benue State for market here like this?
Tomato wastage for market, like me from my side, I'll speak it from my side.
Okay.
Tomato is a perishable thing. It can spoil easily if you put it inside like basket. If you put it inside basket like inside, if you put it inside motor like 20 baskets, the other basket will press another one, so it will spoil because tomato is a soft thing.
That means what you talk to say you don't fit put them for too long.
You cannot store it. You cannot store it for a long period of time because it's a perishable thing.
Okay. So now I don't know. Get anything where you go fit do where this thing no go spoil.
Unless you boil it and put it as you prepare it and put it as fridge before it will not spoil.
Okay.
If not, or you will carry it like this and put it as fridge. This fresh one you put it as fridge. Inside cold place, stay for a short time and not stay for a long time.
There are many vegetable fruits recognized in Nigeria, but tomato is a major food component and ingredient utilized in many households. When all these preventive measures discussed in this program are being carried out, the wastage of tomato in Benue State will be reduced and possibly be stopped. I remain your host, Blessing AJ. Thanks for watching.